Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm Sara, and this is yoga. So, we are on our sixth chakra, which is the third eye chakra, which is our third eye is located kind of above and between the eyes. And I always, a lot of us have, if you're a certain age, have like a little wrinkle there, or you might have a couple. You can see it if I frown. There's like a little wrinkle there. Doesn't completely go away. So that's kind of where you can find your third eye if you have the wrinkles, which let's face it, most of us do. Here is the symbol for that chakra. So it's a pretty simple one, a triangle and a circle with a couple of lotus leaves on the side. The color for this week is indigo, so kind of a dark purple, dark blue sort of situation. It's kind of one of those in-between colors. So the Sanskrit for our third eye chakra is Ajna, Ajna, and that translates to perceive. The element of the chakra is light. The body parts that are affected by the chakra are the eyes, the brain, the pituitary and pineal glands, the lymphatic and endocrine systems. It's the center of our illumination, the gateway to wisdom, intuition, dreams, and visions. Our third eye chakra allows us to be capable of seeing beyond the physical world into the realms of energy and spirit. This is where we can visualize and focus on images that we want to manifest to create a positive outcome. So this is kind of where we get that intuition, our dreams, and then we can start to make those into reality. We need to look deeply within to focus our attention and validate your intuition, following your dreams. The demon of this chakra is illusion, and the it helps us create a personal vision. To find it, you must shift your attention from what is to what could be. So a few of little mantras that you can use today are little self-affirmations. I am balanced and strong. I'm one with the infinite. I'm seeing and thinking clearly, which hopefully we all are doing today. So for our pranayama, our breath work for the third eye, we're going to do our alternate nostril breathing. Normally when we do our alternate nostril breathing, we fold the index and middle fingers down, but today we're going to rest them on the third eye when we're doing this, okay? You might want to blow your nose before we begin because we will be exhaling through the nostril, and if there's anything in there, it might come out. So if you need to grab a tissue real quick, go ahead and grab a tissue and use it. And then we're just going to start in a comfortable seat before we even get into that third, the alternate nostril breathing. And just spend a few moments here to focus on the breath, the inhale and the exhale. Starting to slow things down. And once you feel that your breath has sort of settled into a nice place, we'll bring that right hand up in front of the face and then take the index and middle fingers, resting it on the third eye. We're going to take the thumb and close off the right nostril and inhale through the left. And then close off the left nostril, exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Closing it off, exhaling out the left. So let's do a few rounds like that. Let's do one more full round. When you're done, just release that right hand down. So we're going to do some eye exercises. So closing the eyes to start. And then we'll open the eyes, centering the gaze. And then we're going to look up and then down 2 times without moving the head. And when you're done, close the eyes. And then open the eyes again and center them. This time we're going to go from corner to corner. So looking up to one corner and then go across and down to the other corner. Do that 2 times. And then look up to the other top corner and down to the other bottom corner. 2 times. And then close the eyes when you're done. And then opening the eyes again. This time we're going to look from side to side. So go from one side to the other side 2 times. And then close the eyes. And then we'll open the eyes again. And this time we'll circle the eyes around, not the arms. Go 2 times in each direction. So clockwise and then counterclockwise 2 times. And when you're done, close the eyes. And then let's rub our hands together, trying to build up some heat in our palms. And then once you feel like you've built up enough heat there, go ahead and rest the heels of your palms on your eyes. And just let the heat from your hands warm your eyes. And then take the fingertips and stroke the eyelids and the forehead. And then release the hands down. Go ahead and drop the chin down into the chest. I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to my mat. And we'll bring the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Releasing the chin back to the chest. And then I'll take the left ear towards the left shoulder. So moving with your breath, exhaling the chin to the chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. So taking a few more with your breath. Taking one more to each side. And coming to center, lifting the chin so it's level with the floor. Keeping shoulders and torso still, turning the head to look over your right shoulder. Releasing through center and looking over the left. And so again, moving with your breath. Inhaling through center, exhaling, alternating from side to side. You can keep your eyes closed, or you can look at the tip of your nose. We'll hold on one side, dropping the chin down towards that shoulder. Lifting the chin back up, coming through center, looking over the other shoulder, and then dropping the chin. Lifting the chin, coming to center, bringing the hands behind the head and looking all the way up. And releasing, taking some shoulder circles first to the front. Taking one more to the front, and then we'll circle those shoulders to the back. And we'll take one more. Moving into a breathing twist, inhaling, reaching arms up overhead. Exhaling, gently twisting to one side, placing one hand in front and one behind, and inhale it back up. Exhaling, twisting to the other side. Moving with your breath, that's your pace. Inhaling as we reach, exhaling as we gently twist. You look over your back shoulder as you twist. You can look to the side, just depending on how the neck is feeling. Maybe following that back hand with your gaze. Holding on one side for an extra breath or two, maybe taking that front hand to the opposite knee and pressing into the knee. Releasing and inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, twisting to the other side again, front hand to opposite knee and pressing into the knee, going a little deeper into that. And release, inhaling it up. Exhaling the hands to your third eye. So rest it right on the third eye and set up to the heart. And let's make our way to all fours for some cat and cows. So bringing our wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees under our hips, fingers spread wide, patting the knees as needed. Inhaling, dipping the belly down, looking up into cow. Exhaling, arching the spine, tucking the chin and the pelvis under into cat. Moving with your breath at your pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's take a couple more in each direction. And I'll take one more of each. Coming back to our neutral spine. Let's walk back a little bit on the mat. And then we'll walk the hands out to the front. Dropping the head between the arms, coming into puppy. So resting the forehead on the mat. Your elbows can be lifted, or you can rest your elbows down on the mat as well. And then we'll lift the head up, looking forward, lowering the elbows to the mat, bringing the chest through the arms to come into Sphinx pose. Stacking the shoulders over the elbows, lifting up and out of those shoulders, pulling slightly back with the forearms, relaxing the lower body. Let's turn the head to look over the right shoulder at the right heel. Releasing through center, looking over the left shoulder. And release, come back to center. Release the chest and press back into a child's pose. So any version of child's pose that you like, so you can extend the arms out to the front of the mat or stack your hands or fists, or bring the hands back by the feet. So Try to have your forehead resting on something, whether it's your hands or a block if you have one, or the mat. And then let's gently rock the head from side to side, massaging that third eye on whatever it's resting on. And then we'll stop our movement. Remembering that as we move through the practice this evening, that this is your practice. I'm here to guide you through, but if there's anything that doesn't work for you or your body tonight, please skip it or modify it. You can always rest in your child's pose or that puppy pose or any other seated or lying down pose you like. So you can stay here a while longer if you're ready, making our way into downward facing dog, planting the hands at the front of the mat, shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide, coming forward, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back, coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So if you want, you can make some movements in this first downward dog, maybe pedal out your feet, maybe shake your head out, or take one-legged to three-legged dog at a time, or come up onto your toes and crack them like I like to do. And you might not want to make any movements. You might want to be still. That's fine too. We'll eventually find a place of stillness in our downward dog, tucking the chin and looking back between the legs, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll look up at our hands and walk the feet up to the hands. Coming into forward fold. So feet stay hip width apart. We'll soften the knees, grab opposite elbows, let that upper body hang. Shaking the head up from side to side. Taking it front to back. Swaying the whole torso from side to side. And we'll come back to center, releasing the elbows, placing hands on shins or thighs, extending the spine, looking forward. On your next exhale, fold. Softening the knees, inhaling, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Exhale the hands to the third eye. And inhale it up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold with soft knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come up. Exhale into a standing back bend, open the arms, open the heart, and look up. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come up. Exhale, standing back bend, open the arms, open the heart, look up. And inhale it up. Exhale, fold with soft knees. Inhale, reverse, come back up. Exhale, standing back bend, open the arms, open the heart. And inhale it up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, reverse, come back up. Exhale, standing back bend, open the arms, open the heart. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to the third eye. Releasing the arms down into Tadasana Mountain Pose. So we're going to move through a third eye chakra sun salutation. It's going to look a little bit different from my usual one. The puppy sphinx transition will come into it. There will also be a monkey pose included in there. So just a little bit of a variation on my regular one. So follow along with mine, or if you want to just do your own favorite version of the sun salutation, that's perfectly fine as well. Starting near the top of the mat, let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhaling as we swan dive down, forward fold with soft knees, stepping. Oh, inhale, lift the heart halfway. I forgot about the monkey. Exhale, fold. Now stepping that right foot back. Stay on toes or lower the knee. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, release and take the left foot back, downward dog. And then we're going to lower the knees, walk the hands out, and drop the head between the arms, coming into puppy, resting our forehead on the mat. And then we'll lift the head and look forward, lowering elbows to the mat. Slide the chest through the arms, come into Sphinx. And release and press back. Downward dog or child's pose. Stepping the right foot up by the hands. Help it get there if it gets stuck. Stay on the toes or lower the left knee. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, release and take the left foot to the front. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Look forward. Exhale, fold, soften the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come up. Exhale the hands to the third eye. And inhale it up. Exhale, fold, swan dive down. Soft knees, hands to the mat. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, fold and step the left foot back. Stay on the toes or lower the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release. Take the right foot back, downward dog. Lower the knees. Walk the hands out. And drop the head between the arms into puppy. Let's spend a couple of breaths here. Lifting the head and looking forward, lowering the elbows to the mat, bring the chest through, Sphinx pose. Releasing the chest, press back, downward dog or child's pose. Stepping the left foot up by the hands. Stay on toes or drop your right knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release, take the right foot to the front. Place hands on shins or thighs. Inhale, look forward, monkey. Exhale, fold, soften the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the third eye. We'll do that once more on each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold, swan dive down. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, fold, right foot to the back. Stay on toes or drop the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale them down and take the left foot back for downward dog. Lowering the knees. Walk the hands out. And move into puppy. Drop the forehead to the mat. Rest here for a couple of breaths. Lifting the head, looking forward, lowering the elbows to the mat, slide the chest through, come into Sphinx, and release, press back, downward dog or child's pose. Right foot steps up by the hands. Stay on the toes or drop the left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale them down and take the left foot to the front. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, fold, soften your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come up. Exhale, hands to the third eye. And once more on the left, inhale, reach. Exhale, fold the soft knees. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Look forward. Exhale, fold, left foot to the back. Stay up on the toes or drop the left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale them down, right foot steps back. Downward dog. Lower the knees, walk the hands out, drop the head, and rest in your puppy pose. Lifting the head, looking forward, lowering the elbows to the mat, bring the chest through, Sphinx. Releasing the chest, press back, downward dog or Child's pose. Left foot steps up by the hands. Stay on toes or drop your right knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhaling them down, taking the right foot to the front. Inhale, lift the heart halfway, look forward, monkey. Exhale, fold, soften the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the third eye. And then release the arms down into Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a few deep breaths here. And let's inhale, reach it up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold with soft knees. Stepping the right foot to the back. We're going to turn that foot out 45 degrees and drop the heel. Keeping the left knee bent, walking our way up the left leg. For Virabhadrasana, Echo Warrior One. So if you want to adjust your hips, use your right hand, gently guide your right hip forward. Tailbone releases down. Whatever arms you like for Warrior One. Relaxing the shoulders. Breathing here. Gazing forward with a soft gaze. We're going to move into Warrior Three. So we'll bring the arms out to the front. Shifting the weight onto the left leg. You can either step the right foot up and then lift it, or simply lift off into Warrior Three. So options for your arms. You can reach out to the front. Take your arms out into airplane wings. Bring them back by your hips or to the heart center. You can even bring your hands down to the mat or a block if you have one, if you're feeling very wobbly. Gaze is down at the mat. Right hip is level with the left. So both hips pointing down towards the earth. Right leg is really active. And then we're going to stand this up, bending the right knee. Bring it forward as the arms reach up overhead. Maybe extending the right leg. And then we'll come back through Warrior Three. And then land that foot back into Warrior One. Releasing the hands to the hips. Straightening out this right leg, stepping the left foot up a little closer. Shortening the stance. We're going to move into pyramid. We're going to take a chest expansion. So you can either clasp hands together, grab opposite elbows, or take a prayer pose behind the back. On the next inhale, we're going to open the heart and look up. Exhaling as we fold over this left leg, hinging from the hips. Spine is neutral. Legs are straight without locking them out or hyperextending at the knee. Once you've gone down about as far as you can, release the chest expansion. Hands can rest on your left leg. As long as you're not resting on the knee joint, you can bring in blocks or place the hands on the mat. As long as you're not bending the knee just to get the hands down there. Taking the right hand to the right hip, let's slide this right hip forward and down. Releasing the right hand down, sinking a little deeper into your pyramid. Bending that left knee. Let's step the right foot to the back. Take a nice big step, and then we'll drop that right knee down. Coming into a low lunge. So you can pad that right knee if you need to. Make sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle in the front. The right knee is behind the right hip in the back. And then we'll just walk our way up this left leg. Lifting the chest. If you like, you can pick up that right foot. Maybe grab it with your right hand. Maybe take chin mudra with your left hand or rest it on a block of the mat for stability. Releasing that right foot if it's lifted, bringing the hands down to frame the foot, stepping that left foot back either into downward dog, child's pose, or if you like, you can step back to plank and move through vinyasa, moving through chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and then back to downward dog. From here, we'll step that right foot up by the hands, turning the left foot out 45 degrees and dropping the heel, keeping that right knee bent, walking our way up that right leg for warrior one on the other side. So again, hands can come to hips. Using that left hand, gently guide your left hip forward. Tailbone releases down, and then whatever arms you like for your warrior. Relaxing the shoulders. Breathing here. Finding that soft gaze. Moving into warrior three, bringing the arms out to the front. Shifting the weight onto the right leg, lifting the left leg off. Flying into our warrior three. So whatever arms you like for your warrior three. Gaze is now down at the mat. Left hip drops down so it's level with the right. Right knee is soft, left leg is active. Standing this up, bending the left knee, reaching the arms up to the sky. Keeping that left leg bent or extending it out. And then we'll make our way back through warrior three. Landing that foot back into warrior one. Releasing hands to hips and straightening out the right leg. Stepping that left foot up a little closer. Taking that chest expansion. So again, clasping hands, elbows, or taking that prayer pose behind the back. Inhaling, extending the spine, looking up. Exhaling as we fold. You're taking a few breaths to get all the way down to your edge, wherever that might be. Releasing the hands down, resting them on that right leg, on your mat, or on a block. Taking the left hand to the left hip, let's slide this left hip forward and down. Releasing the left hand, sinking a little deeper into your pyramid. Bending that right knee so you can get both hands to the mat, stepping the left foot back, and then dropping the knee down, coming into that low lunge. Making sure the right knee is stacked over the right ankle in the front, the left knee is behind the left hip. Walking our way up the right leg. Clasping hands on top of the left thigh, sinking the hips down. Maybe picking up the left foot, maybe reaching back for that foot or ankle with your left hand. Right hand can come to the block or the mat or take chin mudra. Bring your thumb and index finger together, extending the other three fingers. And we'll release, releasing the foot, releasing the hands. Let's just step the left foot up to the front. And reverse swan dive, come up. Exhaling, hands to the third eye. And release the arms down into Tadasana. So we're going to do Gadudasana or eagle pose for our standing balance today. So if you would prefer to do a different standing balance, do tree or warrior, well, we already did warrior three. You could do half moon or something else. That's fine. You're going to do eagle. As with all of our standing balance poses, we want to start with a really good foundation. So feet are hip width apart and parallel, toes spread and relaxed, balancing the weight evenly on the bottoms of the feet. We'll shift the weight onto our right foot and just take the left heel and step on our right toes, bending both of the knees. Gazing at a drishti, a focal point. So looking at a spot that does not move, that's going to help us with our balance. You can stay here, maybe lifting up the left toes and setting them down as needed. Or if you want, sink the hips down a little bit more, crossing the legs at the thighs. Maybe touching those toes to the floor, maybe letting that foot kind of hang out. Maybe hooking it around the back of your right calf, as long as the knee is okay with it. To add the arms, the right arm's going to come on top of the left, and we wrap. So we're bringing the hands in front of the face. It's going to block our vision a little bit, so we'll have to find a new drishti maybe. And then if you want, you can fold. Bring your elbow toward your knee. And we'll slowly come back up if we folded. And release. Roll out your right ankle. Ooh. Reset. Re-engage through the feet. Find your drishti again. This time shifting the weight onto the left leg. Take the right heel and step on the left toes, softening the knees. Staying here or sinking the hips down a bit more and crossing the legs at the thighs. Again, you can touch the toes down. You can let that foot kind of hang out, or you could hook it around the back of the left calf. Adding the arms, the left arm comes on top of the right this time. We wrap. And then if you want, you can fold or bring the elbow towards the knee. If you folded, come back up and release. Roll out your left ankle. Making our way back to the top of the mat. Let's inhale and reach it up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold with soft knees. Stepping the feet to the back one at a time. Coming into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Stay there, bend the knee and twist, reaching that knee up toward the ceiling, opening up the hips. Releasing that twist, bringing the right knee to the right wrist. Coming into pigeon kapotasana, sliding that left leg back. So keeping those hips level, maybe by propping underneath the hip, maybe by just using your hands to stabilize. If this bothers your right knee, please come to your back and take a figure four, crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. You're staying in pigeon. When you're ready, go ahead and fold, resting your forehead on your hands, a block, or the mat. And we'll release, coming up. Planting the hands at the front of the mat, tucking the left toes under, lifting those hips up and back. Coming into downward dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Stay there, bend the knee and twist, reaching that knee up toward the ceiling, opening up the hips. And then releasing that twist, bringing the left knee to the left wrist. Coming into pigeon on the other side, sliding that right leg back. Again, make any adjustments that you need to, propping underneath the hip or taking the figure four on your back. And then when you're ready, go ahead and fold. And release, coming up. Rolling up onto that left hip. Let's bring that right leg around to the front. Coming into staff pose, Dandasana, extending the legs out long. You can move some of the flesh out from underneath your sit bones. If you have a blanket, you can sit on your blanket. If you have a strap, you can have your strap handy. Flexing the feet, inhaling as we reach the arms up. Exhaling as we fold, hinging from the hips. Reaching for your feet, your strap, or anywhere along the leg you can reach. Let's inhale and lengthen the spine a little bit more. Exhale as we deepen the fold. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Using our sinking breath. And we'll release coming up. If you're using a strap today, you can leave it wrapped around the bottom of your left foot. Just take your right foot out. Bending the right knee, letting that right knee open out to the right side for Janu Shirshasana, maybe propping something underneath that right knee. Placing one hand on either side of the left leg, turning the chest to face the leg. Inhale as we lengthen. Exhale as we fold. Reaching for your foot or your strap or anywhere along the leg you can reach. Maybe taking the cross grip with your hands if you want to. And we'll release, coming up. Bringing the right knee up, stepping that foot up and over to the outside of the left thigh, leaving your left leg straight or maybe bending it underneath you. Hugging the knee with the left arm, the right arm comes behind us and we twist. So you can stay hugging your knee or you can bring your elbow past your knee. Or if you want, you can bind this pose, reaching the left arm between the legs, coming behind the back with the right. Clasping the hands together or reaching for your strap or the shirt. And we'll release. Extending the right leg out. Bending the left knee and letting that knee open out to the left side for Janu Shirshasana. Maybe propping underneath the knee. Placing one hand on either side of the right leg, turning the chest to face the leg, inhaling as we lengthen. Exhaling as we fold, so reaching for your foot or strap or anywhere along the leg. Maybe taking that cross grip again if you want to. And we'll release, coming up. Bring that left knee up. We'll step that foot up and over to the outside of the right thigh, leaving your right leg straight or bending it underneath you. Hugging the knee with the right arm, the left arm comes behind us and we twist. So again, you can stay hugging your knee, you can bring your elbow past your knee, or you can reach to the legs, come behind the back, and bind. And we'll release. We're going to move into a straddle fold. So go ahead and uncross your legs and take the legs out wide. So we want to make sure that our knees and our toes point straight up toward the ceiling, even when we fold. So if you have a tendency to roll the legs in or out, just kind of be aware of that. Just notice what they're doing. We'll bring the hands out in front of us, inhaling as we lengthen the spine up, exhaling as we begin our fold. So you can walk your hands out. Maybe pausing on your next inhale to lengthen the spine a little bit more, and then let the exhales let you travel deeper. So you can leave those hands out in front of you, or if you like, what I like to do is actually hold my ankles, and then I just make sure that my feet stay pointed up toward the ceiling. And then gravity can help bring my upper body down a little bit further than if I kept my arms out in front of me. And we'll release, coming up. Bringing the legs together. And we'll come down onto the back. Come down one vertebrae at a time. So we're going to do a shoulder stand. So if you don't want to do a shoulder stand, or shoulder stands are not a good idea for you because you have some kind of issue, upper back, neck injury, some sort of reason why you don't want to do shoulder stand. You just don't feel like it. Your options, if you don't want to do shoulder stand, you can just take your legs straight up toward the ceiling. You could move to a wall and do the same thing, legs up the wall. If you have a block, you could do your supported bridge, placing that block underneath your bottom. And this just feels so nice. So those are your options for folks that don't want to do that shoulder stand. We're going to do a different version of the shoulder stand tonight, one that kind of simulates that third eye chakra. So just like with all of our other shoulder stands, we want to tuck our shoulders underneath us one at a time. And that's going to help keep that neck protected. Bringing the hands up so they're ready to catch our hips. And then using some momentum and core strength, rock the hips up into the hands. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend the knees and rest them on the forehead. Okay? So keep your hands on your back, supporting this pose. If you don't want to put your knees on your forehead, you can do your regular shoulder stand or half shoulder stand or plow instead. And then we'll release using the hands to slow our descent. Hugging the knees into the chest, let's rock from side to side. And we'll circle those knees around, first in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. Coming to center, hugging the right knee in, releasing that left leg, give that right knee a squeeze. Extending that right leg up toward the ceiling, pointing and flexing the foot a few times. And then circling it first in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. Grabbing anywhere along the leg or using a strap, pulling that right leg in towards you for a hamstring stretch. Your left leg may be bent, or you can straighten that leg out along the floor. Extending that right leg out towards the right side, keeping your left side anchored to the mat. Maybe placing your hand on your hip or just activating the muscles in that leg to hold it down. And then taking that right leg up and across the body over to the left, reaching that right arm out to a T. Keeping your right shoulder on the mat, maybe looking down that right arm. And we'll bring that right leg back up. Bending both knees, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, making a figure four with your legs, reaching your right arm through and pulling on the left leg. So you can grab onto the back of the thigh or the front of the shin, lining that left knee up with the left shoulder. Releasing the right foot to the floor, hugging the left knee in, give it a squeeze. Standing that left leg up, pointing and flexing the foot. And circling it first in one direction, and the opposite direction. Grabbing anywhere along the leg or using a strap, pulling that left leg in for a hamstring stretch. Your right leg may be bent or straight. Extending that left leg out towards the left side, keeping your right side anchored to the mat. And then taking that left leg up and across the body over to the right, reaching that left arm out to a T, keeping your left shoulder on the mat, maybe looking down that left arm. And releasing, bringing that left leg back up, bending both knees, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, making that figure four, reaching your left arm through and pulling on the right leg, lining that right knee up with your right shoulder. And we'll release, hugging the knees into the chest, extending arms out to a T, either dropping both knees to your right, or if you want, cross your left leg over your right thigh first, and then take the knees to the right. Keeping both shoulders on the mat, maybe looking down that left arm. And we'll release and switch sides. If you cross legs one way, cross them the other way. We'll all take the knees over to the left. And release. Uncrossing the legs if they're crossed, hugging the knees into the chest, bringing the forehead up to meet the knees, squeezing everything in nice and tight. And then releasing it all down. So preparing for Shavasana, final relaxation. So if you want to put on any extra layers, your sweatshirts, socks, blankets, if you want to make your space a little bit darker, or grab an eye pillow if you have one. And so I'm going to read a guided meditation for that third eye chakra. Closing the eyes. Take a long, deep breath. As you exhale, move your attention to the center of your forehead, in between the brows and just above the brow line, and imagine an indigo blue light. The dark indigo glow of the chakra illuminates your mind and then spreads to the rest of your body. Imagine an entrance to your mind through the third eye. Open the door and walk into an empty room. Decorate the room in any way you like. Choose your colors, decor, look, and feel. Make it suit your taste exactly, so that it becomes your personal sanctuary. Find the most comfortable spot in the room and sit down. Look out onto the world from there. Bring into focus the same thoughts, issues, situations, and ideas that occupy your day-to-day life. Silently contemplate them. Now see your sixth chakra spinning and gaining strength. As it spins faster, the chakra's indigo light washes over your entire body. Breathe deeply and feel the energy bursting forth from your third eye as rays of dazzling deep blue light. Rest in this awareness. And we'll start to wiggle fingers and toes, circling ankles and wrists, and reaching the arms up overhead. Just stretch and release. And either rolling to one side or hugging the knees into the chest, taking a few deep breaths as you prepare to come up to seated. And when you're ready, making your way into any comfortable seat you choose to finish your practice today. Sitting up nice and tall and dropping the chin to the chest. Taking the right ear towards the right shoulder. And left ear to left shoulder. Bringing the head up, taking the hands behind the head and looking all the way up. And release. Taking 3 deep breaths, inhaling arms up. And exhaling them down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. One more time, inhaling the arms up. Bringing the hands together at that third eye one more time. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.